Hi, welcome to clickmyproject.com. You requested title is Consistency as a Service, Auditing Cloud Consistency. Let's move on abstract. The cloud storage services have become commercially popular due to their overwhelming advantages. To provide ubiquitous always-on access, a cloud service provider maintains multiple replicas for each piece of data on geographically distributed servers. A key problem of using replication technique in clouds is that it is very expensive to achieve strong consistency on a worldwide scale. In this paper, we present novel consistency as a service model, which consists of large data cloud and multiple smart cloud auditors. In this consistency as a service model, data cloud is maintained by a CSP and group of users that constitute an audit cloud. We can verify whether the data cloud provides the promised level of consistency or not. We propose a two-level auditing cloud architecture which only requires a loosely synchronized clock in the audit cloud. Then we design algorithms to quantify the severity of violations with two metrics, the commonality of violations and the stateless of a value of a read. Finally, we devise a heuristic auditing strategy to reveal as many violations as possible. Extensive experiments were performed using a combination of simulations and real cloud deployments to validate HAS. Flow of the project. User will start with register and login, and after login, user will generate the key and will generate the user key for encrypted file encryption. After encryption, UOT table will be generated based on read and write operation. And then we have two auditing here, that is two-level architecture, that is local auditing and global auditing. In local auditing, user will generate UOT operation. In global auditing, will transfer the UOT to auditor, and auditor will make SLA agreement to data cloud, and data cloud will view the agreement and get the file from the user. And finally, data cloud will replicate data into different cloud servers, and evaluation done based on performance of project. Next, execution of project. Let's start execution. This is the home page of the project, and that is home page of the audit cloud. Here, users can log in by providing username and password. The user is new user means it will provide to register by providing username. Name, gender, contact number of the user, address of the user, mail ID, password, security question, answer for a security question. And next, we are by clicking register button can save the details into a database. And next, move on to login page. Here, user will log in by providing username and password which is given in registered page. And sign in to log into the panel, and this is the home page of the user. Here, user will select the file which should be uploaded to a user path. So the content of the file will be displayed here, and we can get the attributes of the file here and store the details into a database. And next, key generation. Key generation is used for encryption part. So I'm generating the master key and saving the master key into a database and viewing the saved master key. And I'm generating the public key. You can save the public key into a database and can view the saved public key here. And next, user key generation. User key generation based on user ID. So I'm getting the user ID of the current user and I'm writing the user key into a database. And next encryption part. In encryption part we are loading the files we are stored previously, and we are getting the user key, and based on this user key we are encrypting the file and generating the URT table based on this user key, username and time of operation, that is writing operation. And next the user operation table. Here we can view the user operation table of users, and based on this username, user key, operation and generation time of UOT. And by viewing UOT table we can get the user key and username and operation of user and time of operation and physical vector and logical vector, and we can also update the physical vector and logical vector of a user. So updating the URT table. And next local consistency auditing. In local consistency auditing we can view the user UOT operation. Here we are recording, that is saving these details as a text file here. So this file is written successfully. And next is global consistency auditing. In global consistency auditing, we are transferring the UOT operation to auditor. For that we need to execute auditor part. So I'm executing auditor. Want to login page. Here we are providing the username which we are already given. Password. Logged in successfully, and here we are selecting the received path for receiving the UOT table. So I'm selecting the received path as a cloud consistency and auditor, and start server for receiving the file. And from here I'm loading the UOT table from user part, local UOT, and referring this is the sending and receiving process. File transfer successfully, and from here auditor will generate a SLA agreement for a consistency level. So we can provide the agreement here, that is consistency we can provide any agreement here, and by clicking agreement this details saved into a database. And next we are transferring this agreement file to a cloud server. For that we need to execute server, that is data cloud service provider. And from here we are getting the server name, IP address and username, password, and access. We can save the details into database, and selecting the received path for receiving the service level agreement from the auditor. Starting the server, and from here we are loading the SLA agreement, transfer into a service provider, and file transfer only. We can log out the auditor and we can close the panel, auditor panel. And next we are receiving the data from user. For that we need to upload the data here. So for uploading the data we need to start server. So I'm selecting the received path as cloud service provider and starting the server. And from here we are loading the encrypted file for upload into a service provider. And next data replication, and here cloud service provider will view the received file and replicate data into a multiple CS, that is multiple cloud service. So the replicated data will be stored in multiple servers data file. And finally user can read the data, that is viewable file. By clicking file we can read the file, and we can view the UOT operation as read and time of the operation, and physical vector we can also update the record here. And we are updating global auditing UOT, and finally we are evaluating the processes, global consistency and local consistency.